still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn, your pawn, your pawn. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay with cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. You can double down. I'll still be a proud haven for your love is never love. A river through your bluff, I will be enough, enough, enough. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay with cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. Something you can never take, but it's not uncommon to forsake. Got a chronic urge to complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. I'll say, but you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love wasn't ever a game. I lay with cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaranai.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted, Asmo. No, I'm not muted. I would never, ever, ever forget to take my mic off of mute. Never would I do that. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I just wouldn't do it. That would be amateur hour. And we're professionals over here. This is not amateur hours. For crying out loud, I am the production. I am a producer for Dead on Dave Productions. I would never, ever, ever would I make a silly amateur mistake. This is not Chris the Narc here, guys. Come on. For crying out loud. I was talking to Dead on Dave. We were chatting this morning about some things we got in the hopper and stuff. And anyway, I'm sorry for the delay, and I had mic muted and all that. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, As I was saying, welcome in to the Saturday morning edition of Coffee with Peepaw. But as I was seeing in chat, we've got afternoon and evenings covered. We've got the entire time zone covered, as we always do here, because that's because this is where all the cool kids hang out early of the morning here in the States, right? This is where in different parts of the world, afternoon, whatever, people get to have their lunch with Peepaw. People are getting ready to go to bed, and so they want to something chilled, relax, little conversations, kind of help them drift off to sleep. And nobody is better than to putting people to sleep than yours truly, right? Um, anyway, so oh, Peepaw's dragging tail a little bit this morning. After we finished up, we had a phenomenal stream, by the way, last night over at Dave's, and we're going to go over it and we're going to cover some stuff. And we had a story beyond all stories last night, and we're going to go over a little bit of stuff. But we've got just a whole variety of things this morning to talk about and go through. So I don't know if any of you guys are at this stage in your lives where you have a significant other that has a little problem when they get to bed and they go to sleep, right? They start snoring, right? And this poor couple here, they've got a little problem with dogs, it looks like, to begin with. No, don't. Peepaw loves puppies. I had a puppy. My little puppy, Maxi. She was a rescue dog. She was a little, she's just a little bitty thing. And uh, she, we lost her a couple of years ago. She developed, cancer, and we had to put her down. But anyway, and I miss her. But anyway, this cat here is why I'm saying, hey, wake up, your nose is whistling again. And it's done caught it's caught all their puppos in there or whatever, right? Oh, great, dog cancer. You know what, Dave? Yeah, dog cancer. I either do baby dicks in your ear or dog cancer. Let me see right quick if I can find, because I never know where my day and a lot of times where my show is going to go, right? Um, so let's see here. Let me find, let me see here. Where's, let me find, let's see here. No, no. Hmm. Yeah, here we go. Open with. This right here, this was my puppy. This was Maxi. And she was something else. She was a cutie, wasn't she? Wasn't she? When we did I air out? No, I didn't air out. I was looking for my picture for my puppy dog, and yeah, this was Maxi, and she was my dog. And like I said, she was a rescue dog, and because I believe in rescuing dog. I need museum, and yes, very cute. Um, No, listen. I'm always manipulative, but I'm not always prepared to be manipulative. So I don't always have like sad music to play. So anyway, but that was Maxi, and she was something else. But uh, anyway, yesterday, I got this tweeted. Jardinosaur. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she shared her she got a coffee mug. she got a peepaw mug, and that was uh, uh, I'm more of a tea gal versus coffee. You know what? That's okay because you know what I'm having this morning. I'm having tea myself because coffee wasn't ready, so I made me a little K cup of Earl Grey tea this morning. Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to have coffee. Um, so oh, that's lovely. Where can we get one? Well, I'll tell you what I would do just for you guys right now. You can go to I have a store, a little merch store, and I'll be honest with you guys, all the stuff in there is really good because I've tried everything that's in there. Okay. I've bought one of everything that's in there except for the mouse pad, and there's a sticker because, you know, it's a mouse pad and a sticker, right? Um, but let me hang on here. Let me get to the merch store. Uh, man, this thing's running slow. I think the site may be having problems. So let's see here. Yeah, here we go. So here's the merch store right here. Oh, I guess I had it pulled up already, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Okay, so this is the merch store. Let me get the link here and don't listen. If you can't get one, that's all right. I'm they're $10. They're not real bad expensive, right? Um but like I said, we've had a few people. I know D-Max, I think, has picked up one. Um, but anyway, and like I see, I got my peepaw coffee. That's it. These are not bad little mugs. The only thing, like I said, that I had as a critique is I wish they had it was like a bigger. This is like an 11-ounce mug, I think it is, and I wish it was a little bit bigger because I've got big hands. Um, but it's not bad. It's not a bad. It's your average size coffee cup, you know. And like I say, I've got it as low basically as they'll let me mark it, right? Because I thought, you know, I know a lot of like some of this other stuff, right? This stuff's expensive, like $22 for a hat, a hoodie. Oh Lord Jesus, is almost $50, right? It's insane, right? But like I said, I did get one of everything on here except for like the mouse pad and the sticker. I wanted to make sure that it was really good quality because I did not want to put anything out there for you guys because I did not want to do a boogie, right? I didn't want to boogie you guys, and I wanted to make sure that it was good quality, and you know before it's put up there. Will they ship internationally? Um, let's see. I believe shipping policy. Let's see what it says here. Um, they do okay. So it's U.S., Canada, and they do okay. So they do international. Yeah, it says international shipping. So yeah, they do UPS and it's FedEx, DHL, and USPS. So yeah, so they do international. So if you guys are so inclined and you want to buy a coffee mug or whatever, and you want to support the show, yeah, that's how you do it. And the Lex, I put the link there in the chat. So, um, uh, and like I say, all the money and the proceeds are going to go back into this philanthropy process. But I can't say the word. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be philanthropod. Whatever. I'm giving it away, right? I've got a plan. We've got a plan. We've discussed that. But anyway, that's what we're doing here. Philanthropist. Yes. Thank you, Kim. Miss Kim, thank you. I'm gonna do my best to be a philanthropist, and all the proceeds, all the donations. Eventually, when we get this channel to where it's monetized, all the monies and proceeds that we get from YouTube. Because here's the thing, really, right? And this is what I really want: is I want Google to be the big funder of this thing, right? So if we can grow this channel, and if I can, I'm going to have to get better about not cursing so much, which will make my saintly mama happy because then she could watch my shows and she wouldn't hear me cuss because it upsets her when I cuss. But sometimes some of the things we cover and stuff, it just brings out those words out of me, right? but I'm trying to get better because with YouTube's new policies that they put in place, the thing says like 8 to 10 seconds, right? But I know from like trying to edit videos and put up, even like shorts and stuff. Like sometimes, like for Dave, right? We'll do it. It may have a curse word, like it'll be like right at the end of the short, right? And the short will be like a minute long. Well, that's past 8 to 10 to 15 seconds, right? And they still will say, no ads. They just, it's just, and I will appeal it. And I'll say, hey, you guys need to relook at this because there will be zero curse words in it, right? It won't even be talking about subjects that they list as no subjects to talk about or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. It automatically goes yellow. That we've got, I think we've been lucky enough to get maybe, I think we got one short that we did that went green for Dave, and I know Dave's always really cool about it. He says, "Hey, don't worry about it." He feels like he gets it on the front end, right, through donations and stuff, and he's very, 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 very extremely appreciative of you guys, and the ones that support him and stuff, right, through donations, through super chats, through donations through his, his Streamlabs and all that, right? And he's very, very appreciative, and the memberships, right? He's got very loyal members that have been joined the channels and stuff, right? So he's very appreciative of all that, right? But right, I'm always looking at, okay, there's some more meat on this bone to get, and that meat, honestly, is Google money. That's where the money I want to get for Dave. I want to get that Google money through ad revenue, right? Because that's not coming out of you supporters who are supporting him fantastically, right? And through being a member of joining the member of the channel, being a part of the Mush Puff Club, and through your donations and stuff. But there's more money. There's still meat on that bone, and that's that YouTube revenue, and that's what I'm trying to get to. And I'm trying to learn what can we do to get those dollar signs to go from yellow to green, because that's where I want it. And how many more hours now I need? Okay, so it's not just watch hours, right? We are doing exceptionally well with the watch hours. Like, we're way ahead on the scale. There's two factors that you have to have, and let's see if I can pull this up to show you guys kind of some of the back end here, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I can show this, and I don't give you away any of my, because I don't want you. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. So when you log into your YouTube channel, right? This is the things where you get ads and short feed ads and super chats and memberships, and you can add a link, to like put to your store, or your merch store, right? Okay. And then of course you get other things like you can give fundraisers and copyright match tool and all that kind of stuff, right? But here's the criteria. So to get an offer from YouTube, for YouTube to come say, hey, we want to partner with you, we want to put you part of the YouTube partner program, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. We're currently sitting at 553, so we're over halfway there, right? We'll get there. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll get there before the end of this year, right? The second criteria you have to have is you have to have 4,000 watch hours. Well, as you can see, right, we're pushing almost 3,000 watch hours, right, within the last 365 days. So we're doing really well on the watch hours, right? So, we just have to keep doing what we're doing here, guys. We're doing great. We are moving right along. We just have, like I said, we just have to keep chucking along. We're doing great. We'll get there, right? And here's the thing too. We have to keep this in mind, guys. I've been doing this since making content. I did live streams. I tried Twitch. I tried to do everything. And I had to wait till I just got ancient of days, and I had to wait till I got old. And then I had to wait to some youngster trying to be funny and thought he was getting my goat, called me Peepaw, right? Because I took exception with some things that he said. And we did a stream, or did a podcast covering it over there on Clear as Mud Podcast. And he called me Peepaw. Oh, we just got a merch drop. It says Mo just bought Peepaw snapback. Oh, I finally got those alerts. Well, thank you for buying a snapback. Thank you so much. The hats are nice. I've got one here somewhere. I don't know where I put my hat, but I got a Peepaw hat, and they're really nice. They are really nice. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I tried everything. And then, like I said, this young guy, he called me, Peepaw. He thought he was, yeah, it backfired 100%, 100%, Kim. So I embraced it, right? I said, okay, fine. I will be Peepaw. I have no problems being a Peepaw. And the more I got to thinking about it, you know why? I was like, the internet needs a Peepaw, right? Because to me, here in the South, right, a Peepaw was a lot of times when you're growing up, right, and you're a young person, you don't always get along real well with your mom and dad, right? Because mom and dads are trying to raise you to become the young men and young women that you need to be. And so they are instilling in you the values and the things that you need to become as they're, and everybody, here's the thing, every parent does things different, right? The way that I parented my kids versus the way that maybe your parents parented you or whatever could be 100% different, right? And there were times growing up where like we would be doing a family outing or something like that, because I have two brothers, right? I'm the oldest. I have two brothers, and my youngest brother has sons, but my middle brother, he married late in life, and they have a adoptive wiener dog that named Oscar. That is their little fur baby, and that's all they'll ever have. They're not going to have kids. But we would go out camping. The brothers would go camping and whatever, because that's we're outdoorsy people. People not so much, but I would do outdoorsy things because my my sons, liked it, and so I would go do it because that's what you do as a parent, right? But anyway, we would go out and do things or whatever, and like I say, every parent handles things differently, and I'm not in any way saying the way my brother handled it was wrong or anything like that. We're just different people, right? And so there was a situation where we were out camping, and so us grown-ups or whatever was kind of hanging around the campfire, and the boys, because they were all boys, there was 5 of them, okay, my 2 and his 3, they went down to the lake, and they were playing and whatever, and doing what boys do, right? And they came back to camp, and they were wet and sandy and muddy and all that and whatever, right? And which you expect, right? If you're going to go camping and you're going to take your children out, they're going to play, and they're going to get out, and they're going, and the boy, like my son was the oldest, and then my 2 boys were oldest, and the other ones were younger, but they're all fairly close in age, a few years apart or whatever. And so I told boys, I said, all right, look, go over there, do not go in the tent, but strip down first, leave your clothes outside, go into the tent, get on some clean, dry clothes or whatever. And, and as they did that, and then I had them come out, take their wet, nasty, muddy clothes and go and lay them up over there out where they would dry and stuff and what have you. And that was it. There's no bit. Well, my younger brother, I mean, he made a big production, and he's ranting and raving, whatever. And so later on, my nephew came up to me. He said, he said, I wish you was my dad. And I said, why? He goes, well, you don't, you didn't, I said, look, I said, your dad's fine. Okay. And I said, everybody does things a little differently. I said, just because I did things with what I said, doesn't mean that, I said, you just need to listen to your dad and do what your dad says. Right. But so like I say, parents, when you're raising kids, no one has a manual, and you just kind of do what you think is best for the situation. And here's the bottom line: parents screw up. right? I screwed up all the time with my sons growing up, and I handled situations now looking back that was totally inappropriate. Totally inappropriate, was the wrong thing to do. I overreacted. I lost my temper. I did things that, that I later on went to apologize. And I went and apologized to my sons. And I said, I overreacted here. I should not have handled this situation in that way. And I owed you an apology. And, that's I think is one of the things that parents sometimes forget, that we're not infallible, right? But here's what peepaws do, right? And meemaws for that matter, right? Peepaws and meemaws have the benefit of being older and living through it and learning from their mistakes. And peepaws and meemaws can pass on life lessons, and um, uh, they pass on through love and nurturing, right? They don't have to discipline the kids. They don't have to spank the kids. They don't have to put the kids in timeout. They still can teach these lessons and stuff, but they just got a little bit different way of doing it, and they do it through love and kindness. Or at least my grandparents always did, and I hope y'all's grandparents did as well. But I looked at a lot of the young people out here on the internet these days that are making content and doing things. In some of the situations, I was embarrassed for them, and I thought, I can be that. I can be the peepaw. I can be the one who comes to them and says, "Hey," and through love and nurturing, say, "This is not the way, and this is, we're going to have a little talk about this. But in the end, I'm going to give you like a Werther's original or something, and say it's okay, pat you on the head, and send you on the way." Right? Um. Anyway, but so I was okay with being called the peepaw, and I thought, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean into it, and that's how peepaw was born, right? So anyway, um, let's get on to some more stories here. What do you say? Besides me just rambling on. All right. So this was kind of cute, I thought. This is coming from Twitter user the Figen, Figeen. I guess I'm saying that right. Anyway, this is somebody that, of course, here is it. They're in a Chewbacca Wookiee suit. So let's just watch this. Oh, and look at their little dog. The little dog is uh, loving it, right? Thinks they found someone just like them. That's see, that's wholesome. That's good, and that's the kind of stuff that makes me feel. Oh, see, now they don't turn their belly up, which means that they're submissive and they're loving that. Yeah, that's awesome. And oh Lord, not yet, not yet the clown. We don't want that. Lord, no, Lord, no, not yet the clown coming up out of the sewer saying we all float down here. Okay, let's see what else we have. Who wants pizza? Anybody want pizza? Well, if you want pizza, I'm going to tell you what, right here, this is the guy. A user, content creator by the name of Eric, in conjunction with Pizza Hut, created the biggest pizza in the world. And they actually got a Guinness Book of World Records for this, right? So here's an article on this. Eric and Pizza Hut breaks Guinness World Record title for the world's largest pizza, right? So this Eric is a popular content creator and YouTube star, and Pizza Hut teamed up to break Guinness World Records title for the largest pizza on January 18th in Los Angeles, California. Together, they set the record to celebrate both the return of Pizza Hut's iconic fan favorite pizza, the Big New Yorker, as well as Eric hit 10 million subscribers. Following its creation, the pizza from the world's largest pizza was donated to several charities in Los Angeles. So anyway, what went into making this? Well, it had a surface area of nearly 14,000 square feet, 13,990 to be exact. To break the record, the world's largest pizza was made of approximately 13,653 pounds of dough, 4,948 pounds of sweet marinara sauce, over 8,800 pounds of cheese, and roughly 630,496 regular and cupped pepperoni. The pizza was fully assembled, topped, and then baked in pieces on site at Los Angeles Convention Center. So anyway, I guess that's kind of that's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. They made this big giant pizza to celebrate this young man's 10 million subs, which is a major accomplishment, and that's awesome. And then all the pizza was given away to charities and stuff in the Los Angeles area, which means a lot of people got fed. So that's cool too. So it wasn't just wasted, you know. And so all around, I think win-win. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't even know what kind of content he creates or anything like that. But I think that's a cool story. And congratulations on hitting the 10 million subs and turn around and doing something good. For charity and feeding a lot of people. So cool deal. Well, now here's another story. You guys may have to help me a little bit on this because I'm not familiar with all this. So Keemstar is reporting that Christine Rock is pregnant. Blueface says it's not his. I assume this is the couple here. I'm going on a limb and say I think Blue Rock. I've heard that name before. Or I'm sorry, Blueface. I believe he is a rapper, right? I believe he's a rapper. I'm not for sure. And I seem to want to remember. I think I seen a thing where these two went on to this Twitch streamer. I can't remember what his name is, but he's like a really, really huge. He just is like really big streamer. He grew like really, really fast, and like she threw a chair and stuff. I think if I remember, I believe that's correct, but I might be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, there's a screenshot of some tweets. Looks like here to go along with this. This is Blueface. It says, I know y'all thought she was all about me, but about me too. LOL. But the facts are facts being my BM would be a blessing. Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. Till I see DNA tests, then it's not mine. To answer y'all's questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it, and clearly it wasn't giving. It wasn't giving before she announces she's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine. So, anyway, I don't know the. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I okay. So, how many of you guys watched? Because I don't know. I don't know those people. All I'll say is if the young woman is pregnant, I hope that she takes care of herself. I hope the father of the child, whoever that may be, according to the other young man, she's maybe have been out a little bit, you know. So anyway, but hopefully she. I just hope the child is okay and taken care of. That's where my focus goes on stories like that. Last night was Bowblax Friday, or Black's Friday, as we call it on the Dead on Dave show. And Bowblax came on Dave's stream with a story that when I was listening, of course, I'm not on face cam, so, people can't see me or whatever, right? But he came out with a story. What is this here? Okay, I'm getting some more things on here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's back up for a second before I get into the story of Bowblax, because I got a couple of links here sent to me. And I was right. Yeah, this is the one. This is yeah, okay. Let me bring this back up on the screen here. This was what I was talking about. Yeah, and this was okay. So this here is, I think you say his name, Kai Sanats, I believe is his name. This is Blueface here. They were there visiting him. This young man right here, I know he's like hit some really huge milestones on Twitch, and he's like just lots and lots of subscribers, and I think he became like one of the biggest Twitch streamers with subscribers. I can't remember the whole thing, but it was a whole thing. I remember that.
How much tattoos you got?
Yeah, chick.
Appreciate it.
Where are you, this?
This one work.
Yeah, because this one little.
Whoa,
My bad, Chad.
Whoa. Wait, you put a hole in my wall.
You rich. You can fix it.
Oh, y'all, did you just see what? Did you hear what this woman said? Y'all, let's watch this shit.
Hole in my wall.
You rich. You can fix it.
You rich, you can fix it? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, Lord have mercy. That young lady needs to be taken to the woodshed, and she needs a good switching. You don't go throwing furniture into people's home and making holes in the walls and then say, you rich, you can fix it. That's so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. Y'all, I'm going to just say it. I don't think her mom and daddy raised her right. If she's out here doing this in someone's home, being that disrespectful, it ain't a matter if that young man has got the money to fix that. That's not the point, young lady. That's just disrespectful. Oh, man. And here's the thing, right? Look at these other dudes, right? This guy here and this guy here. They don't say, there's no reaction. Why? Because you know what? You know what? Here's the deal. Because they're used to it. This is not new behavior. This is...
God, you just put a hole in my wall.
What's that right there? That's a video here?
I'm sorry. And she's smiling. She don't care.
Yeah.
She don't care. No. Yeah, I thought I remembered seeing something back in the day. Thank you, Purple Paw Print. Yeah, yes, thank you. What's this other thing here? Christine Rock has a complete meltdown during the interview, and Blueface has her thrown out by security. This is on the No Jumper. Okay. Well, let's see her show her hind end some more, because this young lady right here, is she gonna be a mama? Is she gonna be a mama?
She off that Hennessy, man.
Take her outside. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk. Like, all that's gonna do is add fuel to the f***ing fire.
No. No.
Okay, so now she's sloppy drunk. She's sloppy drunk out here acting a fool.
Come here.
And so now we're going to... Oh, look at this.
Come here, bro. What are you like? Why are you doing that?
Because you acting a fool. That's why they're doing that.
What are you doing that for?
Josh, don't worry. Whatever it is, it's good. Hey, Josh, how's the camera? How's the TV? Is it good?
That's gonna be
It
viral.
broke.
So she broke someone else's stuff. She has no respect for nothing. Well, I'm going to say this. I don't know these people. I don't know them. But this young man, Blueface, listen here, man. If that's how she going to act and behave, brother, you're better off without her in your life. And I feel sorry for that if she's pregnant, I feel sorry for that child. That's all I'm going to say about that. Mercy sakes. All right. So let's get back into Bowblax. Y'all, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that mess. Lord have mercy. Okay. Jesus, take the wheel. All right. So, Bowblax. Bowblax. Now I like Bowblax. Bowblax is a funny young man. He makes me laugh. I like him, right? And Bowblax is always having adventures. And Bowblax recently, last night, he came on and he told about this recent adventure that he had. Now, this adventure did not involve going chasing through a park in the middle of the night with it raining, trying to go on a quest to find Salvo, because Salvo said he was up there to fight Bowblax. That was an adventure, right? That was an adventure that I was a part of. I was, that all happened on Dave's show, and boy, what is it not an adventure? It was something else. It was definitely entertaining, and it all ended well, and no one got hurt, and I was relieved of that, right? But yeah, I was like, Bowblax starts telling this story last night, and now you're going to have to forgive me a little bit here because I'm not in the dating pool anymore, and I wouldn't even know where to start if I was put in that position, which, Lord, I don't want to be. I'll just be quite honest with you. I probably would not ever get back into it. I probably would just spend the rest of my time on this earth just doing my thing. And I don't believe, because honestly, I don't think there would be another woman that could ever match up to the Mighty Miss Riv. So I wouldn't even go down that path. But anyway, so Bowblax, I guess, had got on one of these dating apps called, I think it was called Bumble, I think is the name of it. And anyway, so he's out there doing whatever you do on this app to match up with people, whatever. I guess he matched up with this young lady, and they set a rendezvous, right? Whatever. And so Bowblax regales us with this story last night, and I was sitting there with this disbelief. I was just like, this can't be real, right? And so let's just, I don't know. Here we go.
Well, he's may keep his money. His checks are still.
Well,
clear.
yeah, no, Scientology's got your back as long as
Hang on here.
person would be is the older brother.
But I would highly recommend you checking out that 90 show, Matt. It's pretty good. Fuck Danny Mass.
Okay, I'm a little bit off.
Fair enough. All right. Bowblax, tell me about your week, man. What you got going on? Anything that's tickling your fancy before we get into the soup du jour of the day?
My week has been a roller coaster.
Here we
but
go.
It's been good.
Did you throw up?
Overall, I suppose. I mean, with the bitch I tried to fuck, I almost did throw up, actually.
Who you trying to
Dude,
bone?
oh my god.
Bowblax, you trying to throw it
stinky.
down? You trying to fucking pipe? What's going on, Bobby?
Dude, it was so horrible, bro. It was so horrible.
You gotta walk me through this train wreck.
It was so horrible. So
Nothing
I
bad
went on
happened, right?
Well, okay. So went on Bumble. Hot
Bumble.
girl, but she had a lot of filters on. So she comes to my house in real life, and I mean, I wasn't catfished directly, but let's say I was half catfished, right?
Half
But
cat.
Oh,
she's
this is
good
not
enough.
ironic.
Whatever.
This is an actual story you're telling.
This is a real.
So at this point, Matt Pitt was like,
Damn!
he's telling a real story here. And so Matt was like, I think Matt's ears perked up because he's like, oh, this is going to be juicy. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go.
This is a real story.
Yeah. This is a real
Oh,
story.
wow. Okay.
Okay, so then she starts cuddling with me, and she stinks.
Oh,
She kind of stinks like trash.
Oh, no.
And from then on in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to kick her out right away because it's like,
Okay. Guys, is it rude if somebody comes over, and I'm only assuming because again, like I say, I'm not up to date with all the what it is these days, right? But is it safe to assume, like, if you're using one of these apps like Bumble or whatever, is that primarily, do you actually use it to try to meet people, or is it just like for hookups? Because I don't know, right? Um, so if you guys kind of let me know in the chat, is these kind of apps, is it like a stop? Lord have mercy, I hit my desk. Yeah, voltage. She stunk like trash. Can be either. Slade says. Gracial says, don't bring them to your home. Both. Okay, so you can, so it can be used for like you want something meaningful, right? Okay. Drew is sharing. Says Tinder is for smashing, Hinge for dating, Bumble is a weird mix of both. Okay, all right. Because I'd heard some stories, whatever, that basically, if you're just wanting like booty calls, what we used to call back in the day a booty call, right? That there were certain apps that you use, and it was just strictly for coming in, get you quickie and go on, right? But anyway, so there's a couple of things to me that stood out in this story. So Bowblax just revealed the first one, that she had a little problem with the BO, right? But that's not where it all. Let's just.
You didn't look the way I was expecting, but I don't want to be like rude. And technically, it wasn't a full catfish, so
It's like you can't stink. You can't stink, Bowblax. No.
Yeah, well, I found out she stunk once she was like cuddling with me, right? So I was gonna end it there, but I was like so awkward and tense, and I was like, "Hey, you wanna have some weed and a drink?"
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh-oh. Suddenly, she started looking more appealing to me.
He put on the beer goggles, y'all, or the whiskey goggles, or whatever it was he was drinking, right? So Chris and I also, Drew, no shit, I found a flight to the UK for like $600 round trip. What? Chris, I thought you were going to see Dave today. Now you're going to the UK? What's up with that, man? What's up with that?
The more intoxicated I got, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, we were watching Sonic 2, and
all right. So that's the second thing that had me a little bit. One, she was stanky. She was stanky. And number two, they were watching Sonic 2. Guys, help me here. Is that like normal? Is that normal? Is that, I mean, is that a normal thing to do to hook up and watch Sonic 2, smoke weed, and drink? I don't know. Kristen Mark says most Bowblax thing ever. Yeah, I think so. It's kind of Netflix and chill. Okay. But yeah, I get the Netflix and chill, Drew. I get that. I mean, I'm not that ancient of days. But do you actually chill watching like Sonic 2? I mean, I know Bowblax is, he is a big Sonic fan. I get that, right? But I don't know. Anyway, let's go on. Let's go on with the story.
and the scene came up
It's a
with
hot movie.
Sonic and Tails
That's a hot
dancing,
movie.
right?
That'll get it.
And right afterwards, if you know,
Hang on. Dave, see, when I'm producing, I don't always get to hear. So Dave knows this movie, and he's talking about how it's a hot movie. So my question is, Dave, are you Netflixing and chill with Sonic 2, smoking weed and doing and drinking with stinky women? I don't know.
Tails and Sonic are snuggling at the end. So she's snuggling with me, and she starts making out with me.
Okay.
And it feels like I'm fucking eating garbage, dude.
Then if you're, oh my God, it felt like eating.
Nice.
It's horrible.
All right.
But I'm like, I'm drunk and a little horny, so I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck through it.
And
Fuck
I
through the
had
steak.
sex, but like, I kind of regret it, and also, I didn't nut, but she did, so it wasn't really great for me.
It was an
but
opposite.
I mean,
He didn't nut, but she did. Well, I mean, I'm glad that he's not a selfish lover. I'm glad that she was fulfilled. But I don't understand. Maybe because of the weed and the alcohol, he wasn't able. Maybe he had a what we term in the South a whiskey dick. I don't know, but all I'll say is, it sounds like to me, Bowblax may be one of the greatest lovers ever. He may actually be one, and no woman is off the table for Bowblax.
You got her to fucking
and she was so fucking stanky that there was one time where I gagged a little bit. So I mean, I'm off of Bumble for a while. I'm
Bowblax,
just done with
did
it
she
for a
have
while.
a belly button ring by any chance?
I don't know.
If she did, you would have been able to hang an air freshener right on that motherfucker. It would have been sick.
The thing is, right? We've all been there once in our lives, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm done with hookups. For a
Now,
while.
Peepaw has only been with one person, though. Keep that
I
in mind.
swear I turned gay for like 24 hours after that. I didn't know.
I like dick now. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel you there. It's like, oh my God, she's done something. You know, this is where I have an advantage. I have no sense of smell. I was born without one. So.
yeah, you would have loved it, Dave. You
Was
would've
she hot?
fucking
Was
loved
she
it.
hot?
Yo!
Well, as I said, I did
Nick,
get
the
half
Oreo, Big
catfished.
Fat
Yo,
Daddy Ray!
what's up, Nick?
Nick just dropped a bomb, and you just
What do you
missed.
mean? Nick?
A bomb? How's it
Well,
a
no,
bomb?
I don't know.
Bowblax had sex.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bomb.
I'm dropping the community.
I think
Yeah,
so.
you're missing. You just missed a Bowblax sex story, Nick.
Well, no, I heard some of that. So I thought you were starting at 8:30, so I was waiting for you, and then they're like, "You're live," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" So I ran over because I didn't want to cuck your stream.
I did tell you that we were gonna start at 8. It's all good. I give
All right, we're
Bowblax a little time, and then you get to finish the stream up real good. Come in with a big, hot, and heavy crew like you did.
Oh God, I was thinking of things to do, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I was
Bowblax story.
grueling, Dave. I'm kidding.
You just shit on
the other ass. Yeah.
This girl basically was cuddling with you, and she probably was like, "Yeah, he's not feeling me." And then when you were like, "You want to have a drink and some weed?" She was probably just like, "Bingo, gotcha."
Gotcha, bitch.
Here we go.
Gotcha,
I'm
bitch.
in.
And she
Yeah.
like, how do you go on a fucking Bumble date though and not like de-stink? Like, how do you not wash your pussy hole
It's
out?
so dumb. And she's fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
She's just, it's so annoying.
Do you want to roast someone like that in the moment? Do you have the fucking urge to be like, bitch, what
No,
the
no,
fuck?
no.
Come on,
I'm
man.
way
Some
too-
people are fucking ruthless.
Well, no, I
I'm
did
a
want to.
people pleaser to a fault.
Yeah, but
so
if
it's like,
what if you got yourself a fucking nice garbage pile STD out of this, Bowblax? Did
Yes.
you wrap your Whopper before you served it?
I
You
got
went-
tested.
Oh,
He goes, I got tested. Do you see Dave's incredulous? How do you, okay, I understand. I was young once. A man get horny. I get that. And you're trying to stick it. I mean, you're out here hunching air. You're so horny. I get it, right? I've been there. But how do you not wrap it? How do you not, and especially after telling this whole story, the whole lead up to this is how stinky this girl was, right? How unhygienic she was. And then you don't put a condom on it. I mean, exactly. Dave's face, because I was sitting there listening to this and I was like, no. Bowblax needs some time with Peepaw. Peepaw has got to get through to Bowblax and help the dude out. Oh my Lord in heaven. Hang on, guys. Just hang on.
he barebacked the dumpster pile.
I really,
Bowblax!
I mean, I was drunk.
Gonorrhea!
Bowblax got AIDS.
Oh
You're on
my
fire.
I'd be so pissed. We find out in a week. I'd be so pissed.
He got
Wait,
like
you
a-
find out in a week? You don't know yet?
Well, I got tested, but the test results don't come in for a week.
Yeah. He's been tested, guys, but we have to wait for a week. Now, here's the thing, right? Poor Bowblax was so I'm gonna say this. He was naive about. I don't know if he didn't pay attention in sex ed class. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just kind of, didn't. Or hopefully they had him up in Canada. Sure to God they had sex ed classes. Because listen to where the story goes now.
Oh, no. Fuck AIDS. You can get this girl pregnant.
What is happening?
Now, did you hear Matt? He says, yeah, AIDS, okay, whatever. But what if you get this girl pregnant, right? Listen to what Bowblax says, guys.
What do you mean I can't get her pregnant? I never nutted.
You
What?
No.
See, Bowblax says, I didn't nut, so I couldn't have got her pregnant. All right. Serious talk time, guys. I'm talking to the men here, okay? Listen to me. This is why if you do not, STDs in themselves are bad, okay? And there are things out there that, yes, of course you have things that will kill you, AIDS, right? But then there's other STDs out there that can make you miserable. There's things that you can get that you can be a carrier of and not even know that you have, that you can pass on to other partners, specifically women, that only women can get, and it can make them infertile where they can't even have kids, right? So it's so very, very important, right, that you use protection for yourself as well as your partners, especially if it's not somebody that you're in a committed relationship with and that you're wanting to start a family with, right? But here's the thing, guys, and evidently Bowblax didn't know this. There's this little thing that occurs in a man prior to them reaching climax, right? They call it pre-cum or whatever you want to call it, right? But what happens is it is ejaculated out of your penis, right? And it comes out, and it's for lubrication, right? It's to help to cut down on the friction and stuff. Women become moist, but men do too. Well, that pre-ejaculate that comes out, right, has sperm in it, right? You can get a woman pregnant even if you do not ejaculate inside of her. Okay. Evidently, no one ever sat Bowblax down and explained this to him. So we're having to tell Bowblax about this during the stream last night. And I felt bad for Bowblax because this story started off as just kind of a funny, he hooked up with this random girl off of some dating app where she was stinky and all that. Okay. They start making out. He starts talking about how she smells like garbage. He actually talks about how he's gagging during intercourse because of the stench. Okay. But now we're getting into serious stuff because he didn't wear condom to protect himself and his partner. Okay. So yeah, there's the risk now where he could have possibly got something. He could have gotten something, as my wife says, that Ajax won't take off, right? It could be a permanent STD. There are STDs that you get that are permanent. You can treat the symptoms, but you never ever get rid of it, right? Herpes, for example, right? You can get genital warts. There's lots of things you can get. And if she was not very hygienic, there's no telling what kind of a petri dish of stuff that could have been growing. All right. Bowblax, my brother, listen, I'm truly concerned. I am really, really kind of concerned for Bowblax on this. All joking aside, I am a little bit concerned for him. But let's continue with the story.
No, whoa. That's a myth, buddy. Wait a minute. Oh my God, it's gonna happen. Bowblax is gonna have a dumpster baby.
Well, no, sometimes the pre-cum dies, right? That's what they say. The cum
sometimes,
dies.
but you know what? Bowblax, remember, Bowblax believes he's a superior race, being autistic. Right. So he's got those autistic swimmers that might have a little bit of fucking extra oomph to him. What if he went? Oh, Bowblax.
Wait,
Myths
someone's
about
saying this story isn't real, bro. Why would he tell a story about having sex with a stinky woman?
Yeah, why would he?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't it be
Yeah,
like
wait, how's that a flex? It's embarrassing. I wish I never did it.
Why would he do this to himself? Yeah, they
Yeah.
like he's
I
misogynist.
could hear the
Or
fucking like
misogynist.
the regret in his voice. This happened.
I regret it. Yeah.
You can feel it. You just I'm sorry, Bowblax, but please let us know how the test results come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it makes
Oscar the Crouch is gonna be knocking down Bobby's door, saying, "Daddy." Oh, things that strike me funny. Oh Lord, good one. That's good, toxic. Jesus. Oh, poor Bobby. Oh God. Oh.
for a funny story, and she did want to fuck during Sonic 2, which I find
That is pretty funny.
hot. Yeah, that's a
No,
good
it's
one.
not
That's your
hot.
alley.
It's not.
Did you just want to Febreze her? Like just right in the middle of it, just spray her down with something?
Oh my god, I should have. I was just so drunk and high, bro. I literally wouldn't have done it if I was sober.
So
If
next
I was
time,
sober, I literally no. Like in my head, I said I'm not doing it.
get some fruity drinks next time. Have fruity drinks on stock. So when she has stank dragon breath, you just pour a little fucking that Mike's Hard Lemonade right down her gullet, and then you stick your tongue in there real good. It tastes the same. You'll be fine.
So there you go. Love advice by Dave. But anyway, there's more to the story. There's more to that story, guys, but we're not going to watch it. I want you guys to go over and watch the VOD if you have not done so. And let's see. What else do we have? We have on deck this morning. Let's see here. What else do we have on deck? Oh, there was a story that I was going to go back over that I did. Paw Prints had done some of the legwork on it, but then I went and actually dug more up on it because I found it really, really interesting. Where did I do with all that? Okay. All right. Where is it at here? Let's see here. Is this it here? Okay. Yeah.
The waffle.
Yeah, let me get this stuff queued up here just a second. All right. So, evidently, there is I guess a meme kind of going around, right? And there's people have been going out and putting underneath YouTube videos, Instagram. It started off on like YouTube Shorts, and it kind of has just spread everywhere, right? It's all over YouTube Shorts now. It's all over YouTube. It has went over to like Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, right? And people are writing in the comments down below, Waffle House has found its new host, right? And there's several different examples here. The Waffle House has found its new host, right? The Waffle House, on and on. These are different videos. There's, example after example of Waffle House has found a new host, right? So this Twitter user, Big Dunning Kruger, said the Waffle House has found its new host. Why did this happen? And why is it on every single short I see, no matter how small, right? So this was what was, so I went out and did some digging, and there is, it says, here's your answer. and this was what we're going to take a look at this here.
The Waffle House has found its new host is a comment that you're likely seeing everywhere, and that would be my fault. That's on me. And I want to reiterate to anyone participating in the meme, make a comment thread, don't spam, be respectful. But since this meme has gone so much further than I had ever anticipated, I thought it would be cool to turn it into something greater. The phrase by itself is very mysterious, so I want you guys to turn this from a comment trend to a full-on lore series. Like, this could be our Waffle House version of SCP. All you have to do is make your own video, your own lore, your own interpretation on what this actually means, make your own storyline, make up characters, like whatever you want. Over the next week or so, I will be streaming to showcase what you guys came up with. And please, guys, be respectful.
Okay, so this creator here, right, his name is Johnny Razor, all right? Now, so, and evidently he is a, okay, hang on here. Let's go here, maybe.
The Waffle House has found its new host.
Stop. Okay. I want to go to, so this here is a shorts channel where he does all these different shorts, and he makes different kinds of content, as you can see, right? This here is his main channel. Okay. In his main channel stuff, he you know, his thumbnail game is on point. But he's just like, I get it. He's kind of like, just really real high energy. He's got 71,000 subs, so he's doing something right. And he's entertaining or whatever. And I'm not for sure exactly where, this whole, Waffle House has found its new host. I don't know where or how he came up with that, but, we love all things Waffle House here on this channel. And so, there was a thing where in one of these, I think it's one of the shorts, maybe he talks about, let me go back over to the shorts here.
The Waffle.
He talks about here, he talks about, actually going in and like doing good things for Waffle House employees, right? Going and, giving, making sure you tip them well, just things like that to show our appreciation for, Waffle House, right? Making sure that they, continue, because the wait staff and the cooks, shorter cooks and, that's doing their jobs day in and day out, they get subjected to some pretty horrific things sometimes, right? You have these drunk, customers that come in and just, are just obnoxious. And we've seen the videos, right? We watched some of these videos here on the, we got the Waffle House Wendy that, the inventor of the waffle food, where, she caught the chair and, deflected and so forth, right? Anyway, I just kind of found that a little bit interesting. It was a little bit wholesome. Let's see what else do I want to talk about this morning. So this was, I found this kind of interesting. This was, how many of you guys ever watched Price is Right back in the day before, what's his name Drew, what was his name? Drew, some other took over. This was back in the day when Bob Barker still did it, right? So somebody put this little clip out there on Twitter, and this is just titled, "This is why Bob Barker quit doing The Price is Right." I just kind of found this kind of funny. So
in the price of the car, there are 5 numbers. Using all 5 numbers, write down the price of that automobile. Go. Come on, Joy. Right, Joy. 19,000 watt. 19,000 watt, Joy. 19, you can use the 1 twice. You can't do that. 19,000 watt. 19,000. Now what, please tell me, do you have here? 19,300. 5 numbers. You've written 1930. 19,302. No, Joy. Now, come on. Let's go.
So she's got 2 more
You'll
chances.
lose your turn if you don't write. Now,
She's really
13,000
struggling.
what?
She's really struggling.
19,000. All right, write it out now. Finish it off. You use the 1 twice there. Now, you've used the 1 here twice. Here are the 5 numbers. Using those 5 numbers, write it down. 13,000 what?
Lord have mercy, this one.
19,000 what? 19,000. 19,200. You've used the 1 twice. 1,000. You've used the 1 twice, Joy. Look, right down here. What do you want to write? You want to write 19,000? Write it down. Write it down. 19,000. Now you have the 3, you have the 2, and you have the 0 left. $320. And no, 1 more chance. 1 more chance.
Yeah,
21,000. All right, now you have the 3, the 0, and the 9 left. Go ahead. 9, 0. No, you.
She won the car, but she broke Bob. Poor Bob just got broke. He's broke. He's sitting there going, what the hell? He goes, you've got to be kidding me. He says, you're sitting there saying, you've got to be kidding me. He says, she broke Bob. Oh, she broke him. She broke him. Bob is done. Bob's out of here. He says, I'm out of here. I'm done. And I don't blame him. I probably would have caught it quits after that one too. Would have had to win home, right? Let's see what else we got here this morning. I want to talk about. All right. We'll talk a little history. So this one here is coming to us from Historic Vids Twitter account. It says this is the first color TV broadcast in 1958. This was 10 years before I was born. So let's take a watch of this and watch what happens.
You are color cameras. They are now transmitting a black and white picture. By pressing this button, which I now do, the cameras are transmitting a live color picture. When you step before them, you will be making your first appearance on color television from Washington. 3,000 miles away in our studios in Burbank, California, this entire program is being recorded on electronic tape. The picture, the color, the sound are being captured for posterity. You are color cameras.
Was that
they are
President?
posterity.
Eisenhower?
You are posterity.
Stop. Is that President? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's President Eisenhower. Yeah. Let me see. Let's find out here. Who was president in 1958? Yeah, Dwight D. Eisenhower. I was right. Yeah, good for me. But anyway, yeah. Color. You know, here's the thing. I can remember as a kid, we had one television, and when I was a kid growing up, right? And so we were allowed very limited TV time. TV time was a privilege. It was not something that was, you just were not allowed to sit down in front of the television and just veg out, right? Like we do today. And I can remember, like, of an evening, we had to watch whatever our parents wanted to watch. And I can remember as a kid, I would have been in my, I would say probably early to mid-teens. Friday nights was the Dukes of Hazzard was on, right? But it was opposite of Dallas. There was a TV show on called Dallas, which was about this really rich oil family set in Dallas, Texas, called the Ewings. And my mother loved watching Dallas. So I was not allowed, I did not get to watch, the Dukes of Hazzard and Daisy and those short cut off jeans, shorts. And it just used to really make me, I would really just get really used, because my friends would come in the next day, Monday on school, whatever, like, oh, did you see and they'd be talking about Dukes of Hazzard or whatever, and I didn't ever get to watch it. And then I can remember my mom picked up, I want to think it was like a secondhand, and it was a little bitty small, what they called a tabletop television, right? Because the TV we had was in the living room was this big giant monstrosity. The cabinet that the picture tube was actually bigger than the picture tube itself, and it was like maybe oh Lord, it may have been like a 20-inch television or something like that. I think the computer monitors I have now are bigger than what the television was, the picture tube, whatever. But my mom somewhere got a deal on a secondhand tabletop, and it was an old TV, and it was black and white, right? And I can remember I was able to watch television and stuff, but it was in black and white. And I can remember how old was I? I had to have been, I was probably about 9, maybe 10 years old, something like that. Let me see here real quick, because sometimes the timelines, when did this come out? 77, yeah. So, and it was in 77, the Atari 2600 came out, right? Which was like one of the first mass produced game consoles. You had like the ColecoVision, which was a little bit before then, but it wasn't as widely available, and it was the price point on it was really cost prohibitive. But the Atari 2600, which was made in mass, and therefore the price was a little bit more affordable. I remember it was like, was it? I don't remember exactly what time of the year it came out in 77. So I don't know if it was like that Christmas in 77 or the Christmas of 78. Maybe it was 78. We got an Atari 2600. And we had to play it on the black and white television, right? So we didn't know, like Pac-Man was yellow, because we got 2 games. It came with what they called the standard cartridge it came with, which had Tank and Pong, and I can't remember. There were several different little games on there. There was a driving game where you played race cars, and they had the little paddles which you would drive. And but then me and my brother, my middle brother, because my youngest one was just a baby, we I can't remember, either he got Pac-Man and I got Donkey Kong, or vice versa. I don't remember. But anyway, we got 2 more cartridges, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. And we didn't know that there was any color to these things, because like I said, we played on a black and white television. But I can remember just playing it all the time. When we'd get in off the school bus, we would literally run to the house, and we would fight over who was going to get to play first, right? And it became such a point of contention between me and my brother, and it made so much racket, whatever, it got to where my mom was like, well, that's it. And she would make one of us leave the room. We'd each would be given 30 minutes to play, and then we had to go outside for the rest of the day. And we weren't, the rest of the day, whatever, we weren't allowed to, spend a lot of time on the television and stuff. But yeah, I mean, but nowadays, kids, I think, spend way too much time on tablets and PCs and game consoles and things like that. And I do think they probably need to go back outside and play a little bit more, learn to use their imaginations, and But anyway, yeah. So I can remember, like I said, black and white televisions and color televisions, and I can remember like back in the day when you would turn on like the color television we had in the living room, the family room or whatever you want to call it. Um, when you would turn on the television, it would take it a while to come on, right? Because it had tubes, a cathode or these little tubes in them, and the tubes would have to warm up, right? And so what would happen? It was always really wild. We would actually, like, if a show came on, like was coming on, like the news that was coming on at like 6 o'clock or whatever, we'd come in and have supper. Dad would want to watch the news. Well, we would actually have to turn on the television like 5 or so minutes before the news. So we would still be eating dinner, and Dad would say, "All right, go down," and he'd tell one of us boys, "Go down and turn on the television and come back and finish your dinner," to allow the tubes to warm up so the TV would come up so that we'd be, he would be able to watch the news. And, but yeah, that was some wild times. I mean, nowadays we have everything a solid state. And so it's like you turn it on and it's like instantaneously there. Right. So that's I think one of the things that to me has been so amazing in my life span that I've been on the earth is watching technology change, especially because it's a field that I have made my living in, and watching this transformation of technology from black and white televisions with tubes in them, waiting them forever to warm up to where you could see a picture, with antennas that have to go outside. We had an aerial antenna outside, and there were times like when the wind would come, whatever, it would turn the antenna. So my dad would send one of us boys out there to turn the antenna, and and then he'd be watching it till the picture cleared up. He's all right, and we'd stop turning, and then he'd be able to watch whatever program he was wanting to watch. To where nowadays, everything is streamed. And as long as you have the internet, you can sit there and just watch whatever you want, a few clicks, and and it's just instantaneously there. It's really wild. And so I sit back and I think, okay, so, in the 54 years that I've been on this planet, and we've seen all these transformations, especially within the last, I'm going to say probably 20 years, has been really big changes in technology. I'm wondering, what am I going to see in the next 20 years of my life? Right. I'm excited for it. I don't know if we'll ever get to where we'll have, quote, the flying cars and things like that. But you just never know. You don't know what great minds out there, that are working on things, that are going to develop, and what young minds are going to, come, that's coming through the ranks now, because they're going to take the the technology and the things that people have discovered and developed, now, and they move on, and they'll take an advance and take it to that next level, because that's what we do as a society, and what we've always done as a society on this planet. We take and we just develop and build and go on and make, and sometimes the growth is in big giant leaps, and then sometimes it's just small and even almost non-observable, the growth. But nonetheless, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it done for the day. I do want to encourage you guys to excuse me. I want to encourage you guys to go and finish watching the VOD over there on Dead on Dave from the stream last night, because there was more to Bowblax's story. It didn't end there. So definitely go check that out. I and Banana, yesterday afternoon was invited onto the Whammon podcast. We did a podcast with him. I don't know. Excuse me. I do not know when it is coming out. But had a lot of fun with those young ladies. They had a live stream last night. I did get to tune in for a little bit of it. But I faded fast. My son had me raiding with him in WoW as well last night. I know Xylee was live again last night. But I've got to go back and I've got a lot of VODs to watch. I guess is what I'm saying today, because I do want to go watch the live stream here for the women recording. Those young ladies were very gracious. And by the way, if you have not, subscribed to these young ladies, please make sure that you do. Let me give the link right here in the chat. Give them the subs. They're at 111 subs right now, but they are they're delightful. Really just had a really good time talking with them. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, the now recording. They did a live stream last night too. Before Dead on Dave, I've got to go over there and get that. I've got to watch that one. I just got a lot of stuff to get caught up on. There's a lot of creators out there right now that's creating a lot of really good content. Bowblax announced that he's got a new project that he's going to be rolling out on his channel with Willie Mac during the Dead on Dave show yesterday. I'm looking forward to that. I'm running out of time in a day to be able to watch all this content. There's just so much, and I think it's good content. I don't think it's just people making content for the sake of making content. I think it's really good stuff. And there's, Nick and Augie and Turkey Tom are doing a playthrough over on Minecraft, and they're all streaming at the same time. So, you can go and support, which of the three I think they had their third, I guess, episode. Yesterday did a stream. They're doing this, of the afternoon. So that's really good. Keemstar, of course, he's got shows that he's doing on, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays. His show is informative and I think is entertaining. You've got Unhinged Podcast, which is a project that Banana Grabber and Joy Westside, Brick, and Doc Shivago that they're doing. It has nothing to do with drama. There's no drama talk whatsoever. It's just they're talking about things that are going on in their lives. They're talking about things that's going on in the world, and they're just having a few yucks and laughs, and it's highly entertaining. If you are looking for something that's going to make you laugh, and you need a break from all the drama and all the nonsense that is YouTube at times, go give that channel and those shows a listen. They're fun. They're entertaining. They're good. I recommend them. What else? Trying to think if there's anyone else out there right now that, like I said, Xylee is back. She's back from her vacation, and she did a stream last night. Her stuff is always top notch too. I've got to watch it. Like I said, there's so much I've got to try to get watched this weekend. Dave is going to be live tonight. I with Drew. They're going to have their show. And then Sunday evening, he's having the entire now recording podcast team over there. I think they're going live around, I want to think it's is it 7 or 8 Eastern? Watch Dave's Twitter. Watch my Twitter for the announcements. I think Drew's stream, the show with Drew tonight is going to be, I think normally they start around, is it 7 or 8 Eastern? I can't remember. It's starting to run all together in my head. Again, just watch Dave's Twitter, watch my Twitter. We'll get that out there. I don't know what we'll be talking about tonight. We'll see. But anyway, listen, I've had a blast with you guys today. We got to stroll down memory lane, and we got to have a few yucks, and like I say, go check all these guys out. Check all these creators out. they're all doing really good content, and it is definitely something to watch and support. And with that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up and say good day. I'm going to go grab me some breakfast. You guys have a great day, a great weekend. Keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.